Obviously, big loss for the defense when Kyle Hamilton goes out in the second half. How hard was that to adjust, and how are you feeling about how the second half went for defense?
Yeah, it's tough anytime when a leader and a great player like Kyle goes down, but obviously it's the next man up business in a sense, and like just truth be told, like played a great first half, but we didn't play good enough in the second half, and like including myself, like regardless of like the circumstances of things that's going on, like you have to play if you're out there on the field and you have to do your job, and like we didn't do that. So I think that's what it boils down to. We didn't do our job with the individuals that was out there on the field, play in and play out, including myself.
I mean, obviously, you're going to say that because everybody's doing the job, but you lose a guy like Kyle from a coverage standpoint and also what he does in terms of communicating. That had to just be a massive blow.
Yeah, like it's definitely a blow. Like anytime you lose, that's what I said. Like anytime you lose such a great player and a great leader, a guy who communicates very well, very cerebral football player, and like a guy who depends on for a lot of things. And like, but at the end of the day, when people go down and injuries are a part of the game, it's about the next man up. And the next man up, they're professionals as well. And just like I'm a professional, and your job as a professional is to do your job to the best of your ability. And like, where we can all depend on you to do your 111th, and I didn't do mine good enough tonight, and I don't feel like anyone did because we didn't get the job done.
Roquan, it's frustrating. I mean, kind of all season you guys were up and down. I mean, you started off bad and then things got better. I mean, it's just frustrating that you weren't able to sustain improvement, week after week.
Yeah, it's definitely very frustrating because it's something. Your livelihood is dependent upon that, and it's like when you're doing things that's not having you progress in a game of football. I think it's just a reflection of like who we are, and like we have to be better. Like it's nothing else to be said besides we have to be better, play in and play out. Like so we have to. It sucks. This sucks. This moment sucks. Like had the game right there in our grasp, and it slipped away. And it's a tough business. It's a very unforgiving game, and like it's just what it is. You have to be in touch with reality, and this is our reality right now. And like personally, I feel like we just didn't do enough. Just speaking more so on the defensive side of the ball, we didn't do enough to finish the game, and I think that's what it boils down to: doing your job over and over and over, and not getting complacent with the small things. And like we did not do that. So it's about this team won't be the same. Like it won't be the same guys in the locker room anymore. So it's like something that we'll never truly get back. Like the 25 Ravens, like we'll always remember this, but at the end of the day, it's a moment and it's a year that we'll never get back, and nor will it be the same guys in the locker room. So it's such a hard pill to swallow in this game of life as well, in the game of football. So it sucks when you just feel like you let each other down and not playing to your standard and just knowing the potential, but potential don't mean anything because it's potential, and like it's not out there. So we didn't do enough, and I just make no bone about it. Like we have to be better for whoever's coming back, and like including myself. So yeah.
Roquan, you just said the potential. I mean, did you feel that if you got over this hurdle, you guys still had the potential for greatness in the playoffs?
Absolutely. Like I feel like I'm just being an internal like optimist in a sense. Like, but it's just about the moment. So I can't answer the what if game. Like no one can really answer this. What if this happened? What if that happened? Like. So you can't really think like that. At the end of the day, we didn't win this game. We had the game in our hands. We didn't win the game, and that's what it comes down to. And like everybody, including myself, should just look themselves in the mirror and say, did I do my job to the best of my ability, play in and play out? And I didn't do mine to the best of my ability, regardless of the circumstances. And like I'm sure others would say the same, because that's what it boils down to: doing your job to the best of your ability over and over, and that's what you get paid to do.
You've seen great performances from Lamar, obviously. How would you describe what he did tonight?
Yeah, I thought definitely offense played a great game and well enough for us to win the ball game, and like we didn't win the ball game. So at the end of the day, it's about winning the ball game regardless of like all the other circumstances and whatnot. And like, yeah, got a great deal of respect for Lamar, who he is as a person, player, competitor. Like, so definitely not his fault we didn't win this ball game by any means. So we have to do our job, and it just starts with, like, I can focus on the defensive side of the ball, and like we didn't do enough to get the dub, and those guys did. So just as much as it sucks, hats off to those guys.
Roquan, you've been here since 2022. You have just 2 playoff wins in that time here. Just how does that kind of make you feel? And I guess what can, how much of that? A lot of fans are blaming the coaching staff. I guess your just response to the state of things as they are right now.
Yeah, like, it's tough, man, because like there's so many players that go 14, 15 years, how many ever years they play in this game and never truly make it to the playoffs. So making it to the playoffs is a huge accomplishment within itself. But obviously the way this team is built and like the actual reality of it, and like the guys that we have, knowing that playoffs is not enough, and like I'm aware of that, and I'm sure anybody that's real with themselves is aware of that as well. And so it's not enough to get the job done. And yeah, I hear coach this, coach that, but at the end of the day, like, yeah, coach can be here and there, but it's the players that make the plays on the field, and the players who go out there on the field. And like when I turn on the film, even play in and play out, like I felt like we was in really good calls, and it was about like the players actually executing the call and not getting lackadaisical, complacent. So I feel like that's something that we have to work on. I don't know what it is personally, like, but it's something where it's just like, play in and play out. If your job is to do this, why can't you do this, play in and play out, including myself? So like, I feel like that's something we have to do if we want to ever go and get over the hump. And I don't truly know what it is, like, and I'm searching for those answers as well, where it's just like the mental intensity and like carrying that over, play in, play out, into the echo of the whistle, and just line up and doing it again, and like having that mindset, because we have to do that if we want to ever get somewhere. And like, it sucks. I've just finished year 8, so going into year 9 now, and like, a couple playoff wins, but like, that's not what you want. You sign up to go for the big boy, the Lombardi, and like that starts with winning the division. And like, we haven't been good enough to do that, and we have, but we haven't played to our standard. Game in, game out, play in and play out. So I think it's just something that we all have to look ourselves in the mirror and like just be in touch with our reality and use this as motivation. And like, you can't keep saying the same thing year in and year out. Oh, use this motivation for next year, because like next year is not promised, tomorrow is not promised. So what are you gonna do with now? And who knows where everyone want to be next year? Like, I don't know. Like, no one knows. That's like the unknown, and that's just something you have to deal with in life. And I think we just have to all take it day by day and like just try to encourage each other and just be in touch with reality and just know who you are. And this is a game of football, and a lot of people's livelihoods depend on it, but it's not your entire life. But you also need to, when you're getting paid to do a job, you got to do your job to the best of your abilities. I'm sure you guys can attest to it, and anyone who works a job, and if they're doing it to the best of their ability, and know how much it sucks when you're not getting the results that you prepare for and that you put yourself in position for. So it just sucks. Like, I'm grateful for the year, a lot of lessons, learned a lot, met a lot of great people. And it's just something that I always remember, but it's also a sore spot where you just, it's reality, and you have to swallow it, even if it's a tough pill. So that's where we're at, and you just got to take it day by day. But I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Roquan.